the list about it.
This is gonna be enjoyable.
Alright, let's get started. Everybody here has read the telegram and stuff from Jackson, right?
Yep.
If not, it's pretty brief and quick.
The which one?
I think it's
The Carlisle paper.
Carlisle paper 1.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been skimming through those.
Yeah. They're
I read a few of them. I did not all of them. I hope it's fine.
It's fine. It's just, the point is of all of those handouts is that the Carlisle expedition met with tragic end. A lot of people died. But Jackson Elias is convinced that the newspapers didn't report everything. And he found sources to corroborate that belief. And he just wants to build sort of an expedition party to go out and delve deeper into this mystery. And that's why he's invited you all to the Hotel Chelsea in Manhattan.
Oh, come on! I hope he would have some mention. I'm disappointed.
So you guys all arrive in New York. None of you reside in New York City, do you?
No.
Not enough.
No.
Alright, and you all arrive in New York City through whatever means of transportation you choose to get there. It's late afternoon, early evening, and what would you guys like to do?
So we've had this meeting in the hotel at this point, yes?
You haven't met with Elias yet.
Okay.
He set his meeting time for 8 o'clock.
What time is it now?
I'd say it's about 6 or 7.
Okay.
Wait, how much is there up until we have to meet him, or when?
You guys are meeting him at 8 o'clock, so you have about an hour or so.
Okay.
To explore the city if you want, or...
Okay, I'm just probably at some cafe drinking, obviously a cafe, because, Sweden and stuff.
Yeah, so Fanny is an excitable tourist, so she'll be running around taking pictures, trying to see the most important places.
Okay.
William will, after getting off the boat, that's how he got here, I'll try to find a cab and mainly ask for, what's kind of a cheap motel in the general vicinity, someplace to stay tonight after the meeting.
I guess I'll just be running around with Harold because we already knew each other.
Yep.
So sitting in the bar of the Chelsea would seem to be a good idea.
Sounds perfect.
Alright.
I guess so.
Depends. Is the Chelsea how fancy is it?
It's like it's not entirely upscale.
Okay, then I will.
But it's not
Jagan
poor
will
either.
definitely. Yeah, right. He will take a drink, spend the time at somewhere slightly classier, and then he will show up on time or slightly fashionably late, probably. But
Alright, so you guys can go about the city, do what you need to do, and it's now about 7:30, and getting closer to your meeting with Elias.
Okay, at this point I probably had like 10 coffees. Dark ones, pure dark ones. I need to get rid of the bitter taste of depression out of my veins.
Okay.
After taking a shower, as nice as a shower you can take in a fairly cheap motel, give himself a shave. William will don his nicest suit, which is still pretty tattered. He's not that rich. He used to be. He's not now. He'll get a taxi on over to Mr. We're meeting Elias, right?
Yes.
Yep. I'll go over to following the directions Elias gave me. I'll relay those to the cab driver.
Yeah.
Go home to Bel Air.
I don't mind walking. It's healthy. And I already had like 12 coffees at this point, so I should be bursting with energy. But I still got a bit depression guy.
I'm just gonna be lounging in the bar with a nice glass of. Actually, is prohibition still in effect here, or are we in sort of an underground thing?
It's still in effect in the United States.
Okay, so then I will be, and I guess I'll drag Harold with me because I'm trying to put some hair on his chest. Some at an underground speakeasy.
Oh, there are plenty of those in New York.
Yeah. And I'll be relaxing with a whiskey.
All right.
That is exactly what Jagan would have wanted to, but he, of course, completely forgot about this prohibition. So he mutters, whilst he's taking a taxi to the Chelsea, mutters about the uncivilized Americans.
Yeah.
I guess Joseph is now finished with having a meeting at his working church, and is now taking his walk to the Chelsea.
Okay. And you guys all get to the Chelsea, or meet up in the little lobby area of the hotel. It's, like I said, it's not very upper class, but it's not cheap and poor either. There's some decent furniture in the lobby, some faux marble decor, and it's generally the people that are moving about are middle class, mixed race as much as possible. And everyone seems to be trying to avoid the cold outside, because it is January. And it did snow a few days ago.
William is longing for Australia right now.
Yeah.
It's actually nice and warm in here. This is. I'm used to cold and stuff. Sweden gets their hot rains. So I'm not actually wearing that much, cold protection and like hard coats.
Okay. Yeah, you don't see much in the way of staff. You see a few bellhops inside, and the clerk at the desk.
When I am inside, I'm just mute. I would expect something better.
I'll enter if I can see anybody else kind of looking confused, as if they don't know where to go. I'm gonna kind of hover near them, just kind of nonchalantly, pretending I know where I'm going, but not really. Kind of figure that the other people would be here to meet the same guy.
I just go to receptionist. Wait, before I ask him anything, ask him her, the receptionist. What is the name of the? Wait, I can just look up the name. Just a second. Jackson Elias. Yeah, right. Okay, I just go to him. Receptionist. Greetings. May I ask you something?
Yes, may I help you?
I should be meeting with one gentleman here. His name is Jekos Elias.
Oh, Mr. Elias, yes. I can ring his room for you. Room 410 if you would like.
I'm almost supposed to meet him. Didn't he give you? Do you know what's his room, or where can I meet him?
It's room 410. You could just take the stairs over there in the corner, or take the elevator.
Thank you. And I go to the stairs.
Okay.
Did the rest of us catch that?
Yes, you guys. If you heard him, you can all go the same way.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll head to the stairs. Not gonna talk to the guy in front of me again, just in case he's not going the same way. But just gonna take a guess and say he is. I'll kind of trail along as non-suspiciously as possible.
I'll go up the stairs.
And I'll follow Harold.
Wait, this did actually goes like behind me, like bunch of people just
Yes.
goes behind me. I just turns behind me and like, guys, didn't you think of asking the recipes?
It wasn't time yet. We figured we wouldn't bother him.
So we all here for the same reason, huh? That makes it a
Seems
little bit
like
more
it.
relieving.
Seems like it. It's kind of surprising how many of you are here. But well, it's probably just gonna make the matters easier.
Makes me wonder what Jackie's up to this time.
You
I'm
seem
sure we
like-
won't be sticking around too long.
You seem to know him.
I see you all aren't from here. Might I ask you from where you came?
No problem, mate. I live in India right now. Partly in India, partly in Australia. I've read a lot of Elias's books. Kind of got in touch with him that way, actually.
Quite interesting.
Interesting indeed.
And Jack and I have both worked with Jackson in the past.
Yep.
Okay. I am from the Great Britain, the United Kingdom.
United Kingdom.
Hey, God save the Queen, mate.
I mean, it's a nice place, after all. I wasn't born there, but I like living there. I mean, I was until this job came on. Now, we shall continue. I just go to Elias.
Yep.
This is kind of awkward because we are talking literally on stairs.
As we're going, yeah, William will pipe down and just head onwards to Jackson, wherever his what room did they say it was in,
410.
Alright, well we know where we're going.
Yeah, you guys get up to the 4th floor and quickly find
Just a bunch
the
of men
door.
going to a hotel room together. Nothing weird about that.
Yeah.
I just start to chuckle.
So I didn't mean to talk over you, G. I'm sorry about that.
You're fine.
Or
Yeah.
keeper, I should say.
And room 410, you see the door, and it's closed, and there's a do not disturb sign hanging on the door.
Naturally, what I'm gonna do is knock on the door because I don't give a shit.
Hang on, Jackson's expecting us and he's got a do not disturb notice out.
You can see that I just go and knock on the door.
It might be that maybe that's for everyone else, but we're supposed to know, probably. I'm not sure.
He might also have company in there.
That's his problem. He should have expected us. So
Yeah, he did. Let's go in.
I already knocked on the door.
You knock on the door, and there's no answer. But you can roll
Okay,
a hard listen check.
Okay. Not that I'm gonna be used.
Damn it.
Where is it? Hard to listen.
Click the green die next to listen in your investigator skills.
Just listen. I'm just looking around these skills. Oh, here. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I knock again, harder this time.
There's still no answer at the door.
God damn it! This person is.
I'm gonna check my my wristwatch.
This person is really annoying.
What time is it?
It is 7:45.
We got 15 minutes. We might be jumping the gun a little bit. I say we. How about we go back down to the lobby? We wait there and then go back up at 8. 8 on the dot.
I'll put my
Sounds
ear
good
to
to
the
me.
door and have another listen.
Okay.
This.
What are you doing there?
There is no sound inside the room.
I tried. Actually, what I'm gonna do is try to open the door.
Okay. The door is locked.
Damn it.
He might
Is that-
not be in there yet. He might be out and coming back to meet us.
Anyway, he should expect us to be in custody. God damn it, words are hard sometimes, guys. Anyway,
Let's
This
head
is
back to the lobby.
this is annoying. I do like some walk, but this is ridiculous.
I'll go back down to the desk and ask them if they know whether Jackson is in or not.
Okay.
Okay, I walk downstairs. Slowly.
Right about now, I think Jagan arrives because he's obviously not been there yet. Because 2:45. That's preposterously early.
I'll mention to the receptionist too. We're all friends. We're not just a bunch of like mobsters stalking him. We're his friends.
France is, I would say, overrated word to use in this situation, but
Maybe a little bit of an overstatement, maybe, but
We're acquaintances.
we're acquaintances. Yeah, we're acquaintances.
we are more likely a partners, like work partners.
So I step up next to you because I mean, there's like 6 of you, right, huddling, and it's about the right time. So I step up. Greetings. Are you friends of Jackson Elias?
I wouldn't say friends, but yes.
Acquaintances.
Words. Yes. You know of him. You are here to meet him. Yes.
We
Yes.
are here for the same
11's
reason.
above. How many friends does this bloke have?
Yes, indeed.
Surely.
Who are you?
My name is Jagan Tirunal Ramavarma, but you can call me.
William's just gonna stare blankly.
Jack is just
Can
going
you
to
say that
raise
again
his
in English,
eyebrow.
mate?
I am the 3rd son of the Maharaja of the Kingdom of Travancore.
I don't
Sure,
want to sound
fine.
rude, but might you repeat your own name? Recite it. We don't can really catch that.
Yes.
Several times.
Jagan Tirunal Ramavarma.
Can we call you Rama?
No, it's surname.
Barclays, mate. I'm just gonna call you. I'm just gonna call you Rama.
Oh,
I'm just going to call you T. So,
Guys,
Yes.
this is.
Uncultured.
I greet
So
you,
what
Jagan.
did the
Jagan.
girl on the desk say when I got down there?
Oh, Mr. Elias has been in his room since 6 o'clock. He's been there all afternoon.
That's rather odd because his room seems to he's not answering when we knocked on the door.
Yeah.
Well, we're still a little bit early, mate. Like I said, we might be rushing this just a little bit.
I know what you're suggesting. Maybe he is a female companion, but I don't
Whoa.
quite give a shit. He should have expected us.
Yeah, has he had any other visitors since 6 o'clock, or are we the
It's-
first ones to
It's
go?
rather. You could say it's rather unprofessional to have this kind of companion before you meet up with a lot of gentlemen.
Oh, well, there were these 3 guys that came to see Elias Around 7 o'clock.
Oh, good.
These two really big black guys and this. Well, I don't want to make assumptions about the other gentleman with him, but I think he might have been taking some of the drugs.
That would be out of character for Jackson. I wonder if you could come up and let us into his room. I assume you have a pass key.
Could you describe to me his behavior? I might identify the drug. After all, I'm doctor.
Oh well, he was small. He was shaking a lot, and he kept looking around like he didn't want to be there. He didn't know anything. I don't know.
If you don't mind me asking, the two jigs with him, were they armed by any chance? They weren't like packing anything, were they?
Out of character, could I roll to like try to see if he's actually was on the drugs or he was just like nervous?
Yeah, you can. If you want to make a roll, it's always up to you.
What should I roll for this?
You can make a medicine check if you wish.
Are you trying to what are you trying to determine?
I try to determine if that person was on the drugs or he was just nervous.
Yeah, as far as you know, you go by what the clerk said.
Interesting indeed.
Well, I wonder if you could let us into Jackson's room. Did we have out of character? Did we have a letter from Jackson inviting us or to his hotel?
That's a good question.
You had the letter, the telegram.
Okay, that's great. So I'll show her the telegram, and he was expecting us, so I'm rather concerned that he's not answering. I wonder if you could let us in.
Make a persuade check.
I'll offer a $5 bill.
Plus 80 to persuade.
Pushing the roll.
Did you just throw the same fucking thing? Almost.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I don't see why not. She takes the money and folds it up and slides it under her jacket. Right this way. And she goes all the way back up to room 410.
I just muttered to myself how unprofessional.
She pauses when she sees the Do Not Disturb sign, knocks again, but when she receives no answer, she unlocks the door.
Okay.
Right. Stand aside, madam, and I think we'll go in and check.
Gentlemen, who shall be the lucky person to go first inside?
I'll go.
Alright. You guys can make spot hidden checks when you go in.
The receptionist, did she ever say if the black guys were armed or not?
No. She doesn't remember. She didn't remember. Alright, the room is dark. But you can clearly see the body of Jackson Elias lying near the far end of the room, under the open window. Bled out on the floor.
I quickly go to him, and go to him. Try to check his pulse if he's. I know he probably isn't alive, but I still try to check his pulse.
Okay, from all your medical experience, you know that he's died fairly recently. Within probably the last 10 to 15 minutes.
Is there blood all over the floor?
Yes, there is blood on the floor.
Gentlemen, gentlemen, he died recently. The murderers could still be nearby.
God in heaven! I'll run to the receptionist. Last call an ambulance. I think he's dead.
Okay. And she runs off.
You don't need to think. I'm pretty certain that he's dead.
Fanny is trying to see if the room has been tampered with, if they were looking for something. Like what could be the reason for the obvious murder?
I will look and try to identify what was the cause of the death.
I'm gonna search his body and remark, that blood's really gonna stain this poor floor.
Okay.
As I'm searching his body.
Sir, let me first identify how this person died. Then maybe I will let you.
I'll check the other rooms. Are there any other doors out of this room, or?
There's a bedroom and a bathroom that are separate.
I'll go and check those first, and also check the windows.
Yes.
What should I?
Dragon would also look at the windows.
What should I just roll medicine to try to identify how Elias died?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, medicine, right? Okay. Let's hope this time it will be useful. Nice.
All right. You're pretty sure he died when his throat was cut.
Okay.
That seems pretty obvious to me.
The other injuries to his body were done post-mortem.
Wait, what?
He's got a couple bullet wounds in him, and he's been eviscerated across the stomach, and his head has been scored with a knife. But you figure
really did not like this guy.
You would guess that the throat cut was the one that was used to kill him.
Okay.
What demon could possibly kill a man in such awful way?
Alright, and Jack, since you were looking at the body, you see something. On roll 20, if it loads for me.
Okay.
You see this carved on Jackson's forehead.
Lovely.
What is it? What is carved in his forehead?
Probably a handout, but
Could you repeat, Keeper?
It just popped up.
Yeah.
Carlisle Papers, America 8.
Carwell
Yeah.
papers.
Oh, there. Okay.
Gentlemen, it's rather obvious, but this person, he died from from this cut. I showed this cut on his throat. That was the killing. That was the killing blow.
So,
The other one's purpose was most likely a torture.
Doctor, tell me, do we see the mark on his head as well? Just a question.
It's not here.
Wait a second. How the doctor is placed? Actually, he's face up or face down?
He's face up. He's laying on his back on the ground, like he's asleep.
So we can see his forehead.
Yep.
Okay. Doctor, would you tell me how this sign on this forehead was made?
Can I identify this? I mean, I could tell that it was most likely made by a knife, but I'm not. I want to make sure. Can I roll a medicine for that?
Yep.
And as it goes for medicine, I'm going to roll for occult. Maybe I know the sign, maybe not.
And I'm gonna roll a Cthulhu Mythos for the same thing.
Okay.
Oh shit! Someone's got to the middle.
Alright. From medicine-wise, you know that it was definitely a knife that was used to cut the symbol in Jackson's forehead. Because the clerk described the men as black, you would assume it's an African knife.
It seems.
When I checked the windows, did I see anything at all?
You see outside and that it's snowing lightly. There's traffic moving down on the streets, and there are fire escapes leading from the main window that Jackson is in front of.
There's plenty of ways they could have gotten out after they did this. What I'm more concerned about is how nobody heard the gunshots going off, because those are bullet wounds.
Do we see any pillows nearby with bullet holes in them? The classic mobster way of silencing a gun.
You can look around.
Okay.
Yeah, William will look around when he mentions that and see if he finds any indication that these gunshots were silenced.
Gentlemen, this person, it was carved in his face with a knife. But the knife, it seems it's not the usual. Maybe it was some kind of African knife.
That would at least fit with the description of the people walking out this room.
Indeed.
A knife is a knife, but why would they do this?
They wanted answers.
Answers of what?
That's what we're here to find out, isn't it?
Does someone have some kind of notebook and a pen? I'd like to draw it.
Fanny will take a look around, see if they have been looking for something long.
Yep, there are shelves that have been clearly ransacked.
Okay.
Can I luck roll to see if I have a notebook and pen on me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I hand them over.
Okay. Thank you, good sir.
I'll look out onto the fire escape.
Is this a fancy enough building to have alarms on their fire escapes at this time?
No.
Okay.
Gentlemen, what I will do is rather questionable, but I'm the doctor, so I hope I will try to get one of its bullets from inside his body, if there is any, and look if any try to identify the bullet and the gun what was this shot from.
Hey, man, I think we might want to wait for an ambulance to get here. I mean, you don't really have the tools for that, I don't think.
All right.
I mean, he's dead, mate.
Harold, make a listen check.
You seen me walking with a cane and also a kind of a bag in my hand. We just get it on the ground and pull out what's the word?
The hotel clerk comes running back to the door, and she says, "I call for an ambulance. It should be here any minute."
Now, love, did you see these blokes from earlier? The two black blokes. They come out of the lobby.
No, I don't think so. I was there all night.
Well, it looks like I don't want you to see it, but our friend's been murdered, and I think those two were the ones who did it.
My eyesight isn't the best since a couple of years. Mind if someone would check the window for some marks if they jumped out of it?
Of course.
Fanny will take a look at the window. Also at the bookshelves. See if there's still something left.
Okay.
Alright. Whoever's at the windows can make listen checks.
At the windows?
Yep.
Damn it.
Listen check. Okay.
And I'll ask the receptionist.
I guess I maybe have listen as well.
Isn't? Ah, okay.
Can she tell me, is there anybody else on this floor right now? Like staying?
She shakes her head no. Mr. Elias likes his privacy.
Well, he's gonna have it for a long time now.
Alright.
Now, as I was saying,
you hear sirens coming in the distance.
I guess I hear the ambulance.
okay.
That was rather quick for an ambulance.
Can I look out of the window?
Yeah.
Okay, I look out of the window. What do I see?
You see snow falling, and you see the fire escape.
Can I check the handle of the door to see if it's been tampered or if it was open? No?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. What check is that? Locksmith?
Spot hidden check.
Spot hidden. Nice.
When I hear the siren, I get my back again to my hand. I was about to. I'm talking out of character. Okay. I was about to go for my pin, tweezers, and try to get the bullet out of his chest or whatever the place was where he was hit with the bullet. But as I hear the siren, I changed my mind because they might have their tools, and my tools maybe sooner be clean and not dirty, so infection would not spread.
I'd also like real quick, if I can, because when the paramedics get here, or the cops or whatever, they're going to take everything in this room that they can for evidence. Just try to search around the room and see if there's anything they left, anything in his pockets, anything that would indicate, maybe give us a lead on what to do.
Yeah. I searched him earlier, and I don't think I found anything.
Nope, there's nothing else that you can find. You just saw that it's been ransacked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Francois, you saw that the door was severely damaged.
Severely damaged.
Like somebody used force to break through the door.
So okay, they entered with force.
And
That's
okay.
The door that leads to the hallway?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did we not see that from the other side?
No, you didn't. No one looked.
Perfect.
I mean,
Did the
if it had a
receptionist not
huge-
We only listened here.
if it had a huge hole in it, I think we would have seen it.
There wasn't a hole. It was more like some splintered wood. Like it was jimmied
okay.
open.
Okay.
Are there any footsteps in the snow on the fire escape?
I don't know, make a spot hidden roll. There are footsteps on the fire escape.
I got
Several.
tracks out here, guys. I
And
can
a small trail
probably
of
track
blood.
them through the snow. And a small trail of blood.
Yes.
Alright, so...
Does that mean the attacker got wounded?
Possibly.
I'll go out and start going down the fire escape.
Quickly go there. Maybe.
Damn it.
Yeah.
That sucks.
But by the time you reach the bottom of the fire escape, there's no sign of where they went. The sidewalks have been cleaned up after this most recent snowstorm, and you can't see any more blood.
The trail ends here, guys. I'm sorry.
And now that you're all sort of outside,
Interesting.
the car with the sirens pulls up, but it's not an ambulance. It is clearly a police car.
Yeah, we don't need an ambulance.
Are you sure you told the receptionist to call the ambulance, not the police?
I did. I mean, if she said someone's been murdered, they might have come first, though.
Yeah, but the ambulance should come with the police and not minutes later. Strange.
They're
It's
probably
strange indeed.
responding to the gunshot that obviously happened, so somebody did hear it.
That too. They might have been called by someone else.
Hmm.
Either way, I suppose we tuck her in. It's going to be a long night of witness statements. Not that we really have
I
much to
mean-
witness.
If they find us, I say we just walk away, because at this point they have no connection to us whatsoever.
Well, I mean, we just saw a man killed. I mean, you just want to walk away.
Is that the first dead man you've ever seen?
First one, it's a friend, but I don't know.
Actually, we didn't see his dead, but
We just found his dead body.
We didn't see the actual murderer.
But think about this. They're going to ask if anybody was up here. She'll tell them that we were. That's going to look weird if we start running away when they get here.
That's true. I was thinking.
That's fair.
Mind if I look around and check if the pedestrians are looking confused or some kind of irritated because of the gunshot, or are they just don't give any damn about what happened?
Let's go back inside and talk with the policemen.
You can make a psychology roll as you're walking.
A who?
Okay.
The people in New York seem more annoyed than anything by this commotion. The people that are braving the cold weather just seem more, I say, annoyed rather than anything else that they're being delayed.
So nobody's like gathering around the hotel or wherever we are, like looking like, oh man, like in fear, like there was like a gunshot or something.
There are a few people curiously watching the police activity, but nobody seems to have.
Gotcha.
And we checked to see what the criminals were looking for, or did we?
You guys looked, but everything had been ransacked.
Yeah. Okay.
It was pretty clear that the criminals were.
They got what they wanted.
Maybe it wasn't in there.
Maybe what they wanted was some answers or information.
But answers to what?
We don't know.
He must have had a second living somewhere.
But we should go to the.
Yeah, I mean the bloke. I mean he wrote a lot of. He was famous. He wrote a lot of books. Maybe he made some enemies. Maybe somebody got some hitmen together. I don't know. Maybe it was drugs. Maybe it was on something.
Gentlemen,
listen to the doctor.
The policemen are probably waiting. We should talk to them. They will know that we were here anyway, so we shall not.
That's a good call, doctor.
We shouldn't make them wait.
Yeah.
It will only make things problematic.
All right. You see two police officers in the lobby. They don't have their guns drawn, but they're standing at the ready as if ready to shoot somebody coming down the stairs.
William will go down the stairs with his hands up.
Alright. They react immediately. They draw their weapons. They freeze! Don't move!
Aye, officer, we're the ones who called it in. It's just us.
Yeah.
We're not armed.
Yes.
Identify yourselves! Identify yourselves!
Pastor Joseph Myers from the Evangelical Church in Brooklyn.
Oh.
Dr. Herman Granum.
William Bannister, 48 North Sydney.
I'm living currently in United States.
Oh, okay. What happened? What happened?
It seems that
we found a dead body.
we found Jack Elias dead on the ground. His throat was slit down. He got cut through, and that was that was the cause of that. He's dead.
Did you see who
room
did
410,
it?
it's unlocked.
Did you see who did it?
No.
None of us
The
did it.
receptionist might have, but we did not.
We know that there were two persons that seemed rather suspicious, and seems like they were the ones they did it. I don't want to sound like racist or anything, but it was two black guys.
The blackies.
Yeah, two big scary looking jigs came in here, okay?
Yeah, the blackies.
They,
okay.
I don't know. You might have to ask the receptionist for that.
All right. Just stay here. The lieutenant will want to talk to you. Yeah.
All right.
All right. The police officers ask questions to more people in the hotel. They ask you some really dull, boring questions. They ask you the same questions repeatedly. See if you change your statements. And after about 45 minutes or so, Lieutenant Martin Poole of the New York City Police arrives.
I also described that the body was that the LA was tortured. He had on himself some bullet holes, and pretty seriously scary cuts on his face and on his body. It was a sign that he was tortured very seriously.
Alright. Sort of slightly overweight man walks into the lobby wearing a heavy coat. He looks a little tired, eyes sunken a little bit. He sees the officers and walks over. Yeah, I'm Martin Poole. Who are you?
We're the guys who found the body.
Did you kill the body?
We did not kill the body. We found the body.
We only found the poor guy.
Hey, good to meet you, Mr. Poole. Yeah, we were the ones that called it in.
Greetings, Detective Lieutenant Poole.
Why were you here?
We were meeting this. We were meeting Elias.
We were meeting up at...
I'll actually show
We
him the
were
telegram.
invited.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll show him the telegram I received.
Yep.
Apparently, we all acquaintances of him, and he was calling us here for some kind of meeting about about something that happened a while ago.
Oh. Okay. Well, you guys don't mind staying in town for a few days. I'm gonna sort through this.
I have a duty in church anyway, so if you want to search me, just go to the Brooklyn Evangelical Church. You will find me.
Brooklyn? Okay.
I'll tell him the hotel I'm staying at. Yeah, I've got it booked for a few more nights, but after that I'm going to be heading back to Australia. Okay, is that all right? I'll be there for questioning if you need me.
All right. Yeah, just don't get any boats or nothing until I talk to you.
Certainly, mate.
You're all free to go. I mean, you just found a body. I can't really arrest you for finding a body.
For finding and reporting a crime?
Yeah, that's not really a crime.
Thank you, Lieutenant Poole. Cool.
Like I said, stick around town.
Lieutenant Poole, if you don't mind me asking, you didn't know Jackson at all, did you? The author, Elias.
Name's familiar, but I don't know him.
While I have you here, on the body there, your co-workers would report it as well. There was some kind of carving on his forehead, and I show him the note I drew.
Well, that's funny. Yeah, that's definitely funny.
It's some kind of like a mobster symbol or something.
You've seen this before, have you?
Well, I can't say it's new. I'll put it that way.
So you do know it. How long has it been from your past experience?
Well, make a psychology roll. See if you can convince him. Or a charm roll to see if you can convince him to talk more.
Oh yes,
extreme
is more my thing.
Very nice. We convinced the hell out of him.
Oh god. Oh, I don't think I've succeeded with a single roll yet. Oh.
Hey, Francois, you gotta remember it's the green one. You very rarely will use the other one.
Yeah.
The green one. Okay.
Yeah. That other one, I actually forget what that's even there for on the sheet, but I know it's very rare.
That's only if you have like bonus die.
I don't know if the name is pronounced Francois. Just I will call her Fanny to make it as well.
Oh, that's for bonus die?
Yes, if
For
you have a
bonus
bonus
and
die or
punishment
Oh, that's so... Okay, I had no idea. That's actually very convenient. I've used this sheet a lot, and I never knew what that was for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I was wondering what it was for.
Yeah, I've always just, like, rolled the rolls twice, and, like, you got a bonus, roll it twice.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I had to read the core rulebook about 10 times or so to get a clue of it.
Okay. Also,
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly where I get the hotel, but I think I did arrange some hotel for myself. It's more luxury. It's not the most luxury ever, but it will do. I give the detective the address if he wants to. If he would need me.
Okay.
I mean the lieutenant. Sorry.
Alright. Yeah, that symbol. Yeah, I was on a couple murders I've seen around town. Not really
How
my jurisdiction. Well, the last one was a few months ago. The guy that was arrested and convicted is in prison. He must have some accomplices or something. I really don't know.
Or he didn't do it.
Is there any chance we might talk to this fellow human?
Well, you could probably set up a meeting with him. He's up at Sing Sing.
I mean, do you know if it's, like, associated with, like I said, like a mob or something? Is it, I don't know, Russian, you know? Do you have any clue what it is?
Nah, I mean... if I had to guess, it's some, cult symbol or something. That's what, this guy, Dr. Lemon, who works with us sometimes, is convinced about.
No, I'd like to sit down with Dr. Lemon.
Can I ask? Okay. Can I ask a question from earlier in a different way? What is the oldest case connected to this sign? You know, and from when?
It's been, I'd say since some of my earliest days on the force. To be honest.
And that would be?
Well over 20 years at this point.
Then there must be some kind of record in the library.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, the Hall of Records would have something to say about it.
Are we... I don't mean to sound like a nanny here, but are we getting a little bit ahead of ourselves? I mean, this is more what the police have to do, ain't it? I mean, if he's dead, there's kind of at a standstill.
Well, I'll be honest. The guy who was already a guy in prison for these crimes, so I really can't say how much looking into it's going to happen. If I be honest,
my good lieutenant, what would you say? Could you say what the name was of this splendid fellow in prison?
Oh, that'd be Hilton Adams.
Hilton Adams, you say? Curious.
Okay.
He wouldn't happen to be from Breton, would he?
No, he's from Harlem. He was in the war.
What theater?
Oh, he was in France. Yeah, he was some part like the Harlem Hellfighters, I think.
I'm not surprised that he goes insane after that. It was quite a horrible experience after all.
It was.
I myself was a little bit part of that. I will never forget terrible memories.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're at liberty to say, Lieutenant, but what was his plea? I mean, did he say why he did it?
Well, full shrugs. He said he was not guilty. He didn't do it. He kept blaming some cult he was convinced was in town. He had this wild theory, but I wasn't the officer in charge of the case, so.
Who was it?
Who was?
Oh, that would be Captain Robson, different precinct.
Interesting indeed.
And do you recall what was it that proved him guilty?
Yeah, I believe they found a weapon at the scene that belonged to him. Something from his army days.
But okay, so it wasn't some kind of. It might sound weird, but it wasn't some kind of African knife.
No. It was like a military issue knife, I think.
Okay.
What the heck do they call them? Bowie knives. Yeah, Bowie knife.
Well, I mean, I did come all the way here, hoping I'd meet with him. I guess I have a little bit more time to stay stateside. I mean, I guess it wouldn't hurt to talk to the bloke, but I honestly think our story might be ending here, lads. I mean, he's dead, unfortunately.
I don't know. I mean, he called us all here, all of us, all with a different job, all coming from a different region, and he still wanted to meet with us because it was so important to him. I guess we shouldn't just let it just slide away like any death.
It seems like it was something important.
Well, I mean, what can we do though?
We can do what Jackson would have wanted us to do, which is to investigate it.
Yeah.
I suppose so.
Especially since the symbol that was carved into his forehead seems to be a cult sign of some sort.
Goddamn bastards.
I kind of look over to the lieutenant's still there, right?
Yep.
You know, and I mean, just so it's on the record, you know, if some people were to find out about a murderous cult and put an end to them, there might be a reward of sorts in tune, wouldn't there, Lieutenant?
I just look at Jay with face like seriously.
There would probably be some benefits, but there's no real reward or nothing. I mean, if say some cult was proven behind this, chances are that Adams guy, he would get off death row and the real purpose be brought to justice. Make some families mighty happy.
Yeah, and he's not just after for the money, but William is just really wants to get famous, but that with religious conviction, yeah, probably. Well, I mean, I spent a lot of money to get here. I might as well try to do a little bit before I leave. So I'm with you, lot. I mean, if we're all friends of him, we're all friends of him. That's all I know.
All right.
Sounds fun.
All right.
I would not call myself his friend, but rather his
acquaintances, chaps, etc.
I think maybe we should go back to Prospero House and let them know that Jackson's been killed and see whether they've got any information that might give us some clues as to why he was killed.
Sounds good.
I'll tell you right now, it's about 9 o'clock at night, and a lot of places in Manhattan are closed.
All right. So in that if it's night, then well, gentlemen, it seems like it's already late time, so I'm heading to my hotel.
Okay.
If you guys wouldn't mind, now that we are in the same boat, should we meet up on the next day at some point in time?
Yeah, I think probably if we meet up at Prospero.
Yeah, let's meet up for breakfast.
Alright, will it fit you if I say about 10 a.m. I got a reading in my church at 8. It will be about 2 hours.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it's fine.
Hope it warms up though. I don't know how you bastards deal with this weather.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
A little bit warmer, maybe 40 instead of 30 degrees.
You call this a cold? How funny.
Not from India, mate. This is rich. Bloody right frigid.
Alright. The next day, the papers have a front page article that immediately draws all your attention. It's a handout.
What did Bill Clinton do this time?
He's not even a glimmer in his father's eye at the moment, I don't think.
I don't think his father is a glimmer yet. Of the murder squad.
The world's most infamous supervillain team.
Shit, we need the bat symbol for this, you guys.
Yeah, I guess reading that morning paper in my motel room, I'll get ready quickly, put back on my suit, and head down to what house were we meeting at? Pool House?
The Prospero House.
Prospero? I thought pool, like Poole. Yeah, Prospero House. I'll actually walk there this time. Get a little bit of exercise, freezing as it is.
After I wake up, I'll get myself some nice lunch already at the hotel. So because it's in the price. I'm not like poor or anything, but if I have the surface of, I already paid for the hotel, so why not enjoy it? I had like 10 coffee again because coffee is life, and also it also so eats up a little bit of my depression. It's not almost noticeable, but still, it's there.
All right.
After that, I'm going with my kind of in my brownish color. It's not like a complete winter coat, we would call it, just regular coat. I also have a. You can see that even you see me. You can see me with my usual cane again. My cane. Yeah. It's pretty interesting because the head of the cane has Raven's head on it, and I also have my bag with me in my other hand, which you assume contains my medical supplies.
Okay. You guys all meet up at the Prospero House. It's a small building with the sign Prospero House outside. It's a publishing company that Elias published all his books through. The the proprietor of Prospero House is Jonah Kensington.
Greetings, gentlemen. How was your sleep?
It was uneasy.
You know, they tell you that they got the heat on, but bloody hell, it doesn't feel like it. That motel of mine's freezing.
Yep.
You know, I thought about something.
You would have died in Sweden from the cold. When I see you.
I think I'm not from Sweden, mate.
Quickly out of character, I just set up shared game notes and shared it on Discord so we can type game notes as we go through.
I've opened another window and already look at it.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's quite nice. Okay. So, gentlemen, what do you propose we should start with? Or should you propose we shall split up?
I had this weird idea during a speech in church. I think it would be a better idea if we check out 2 or 3 places at once. So, I say 2 people also go to the death row inmate and talk with him. 3 people check out the town's archive for this case 20 years ago, how it started. the other ones, there was an additional scene the lieutenant mentioned yesterday. I recall.
From the month ago, yeah.
That's true.
I guess I'll go visit the inmate, because I'm no good with this research.
I support you with that.
Alright.
Okay.
Since we are already here, why don't we check with his publisher to see what he was working on? His work may have angered some.
I don't know, is the publisher here in New York?
I
Yeah.
Yes,
We're at
the office.
we're at the publisher's house. Or the publishing house.
If it is, then it's worth to be checked out, I guess.
Alright.
Alright, you can go into the Prospero house.
Mm-hmm.
It's a sort of it's bigger inside than it appears it should be, but there's not a lot of people inside. You see an older gentleman sitting at one of the desks with a little sign on his desk that says Jonah Kensington.
I'll walk over to him and put my hand out and say, you have my condolences, Jonah.
Oh. Yes.
I'm part of a group that, found his body, and it was, extremely distressing to find Jonah lying on the floor.
Yes, well... Jackson was a good man.
Do you have any idea why Jackson had actually called us to meet him in New York?
I have an idea. He's convinced that there's more to the Carlisle expedition than the papers said.
Out of character, can I just are we right now split up, or we just go all of us to meet up?
I guess no one disagreed that we shouldn't split up.
Yeah,
I'd assume I was
convinced you all together.
Yeah,
I mean,
splitting up seems like a good idea.
Yeah, since we met up here first, right? It's just easier to do that before we
Yeah,
go separate ways.
it's basically like a minute away.
Okay, so all of us are there right now.
Still put together, yeah.
Okay, then we split up. Okay, so I come to wait, what was his name? Jonah Kingstone. I go to him. Greetings, Jonas. I'm sorry for our loss.
Thank you.
I kind of thought about it last night. It's he was a damn good bloke. He wrote a lot, did a lot.
Yeah,
Can't believe someone would just murder him like that, and so brutally. I don't know what kind of a bloody bastard would do it.
Mr. Jonas,
well.
what did you mean by there's more into the expedition?
Well, if you guys are as familiar with Jackson as you say, he writes a lot about cults. I mean, that's all he writes about. I mean, he's one of our biggest sellers, and he thinks the cult
he
is
happened
responsible.
to find the one in New York. Fantastic.
Yeah, I think he was pretty convinced that there was a cult after him ever since he started talking about the Carlisle expedition.
Bloody hell.
Do you maybe have some editors now?
Do you have any manuscripts of what he was working on?
Well, I actually got a letter from him that I can show you guys on my little 20th screen.
Please do. Oh my god, can someone read this?
Yeah, it's
Scroll
below
down.
as well.
Oh, okay, yeah, nice.
Dear Jonah, big news. there is a possibility that not all of the members of the Carlisle expedition died, I have a lead, though the authorities here
deny the cult angle.
Yeah, the cult angle. Yeah.
Soon. You wouldn't believe the stories. Some juicy news is coming your way. This one may make us all rich. Blood and kisses, Jay. Sounds like my kind of guy.
Interesting indeed.
So basically, he writes stories on a bunch of hoodoo, and then some Kiros come and kill him because they're mad that he's talking about the little fairy tales going on, eh?
I mean...
I might not be fairy tales.
Yes.
Hey, you don't put any stock in that stuff, do you, mate?
But...
Because you love intellectuals.
Powerful thing. Men have killed each other for even less than that.
Do you know of some of the symbols the author made, or of some of the cults the author investigated?
Well, they were all around the world, to be honest. I mean,
do you know some of them, or did he tell you some?
No, he didn't really tell me anything. The last message he sent before he came back from England was a little crazy. I guess
what did he send?
I guess I could show you. He goes to his secretary, and she hands him a folder. He pulls out a single sheet of paper and hands it to you guys.
Before you start reading some out of character, before you read something, I want to ask, how is the relationship? How do I know? I think I do not know too much about the Jekyll himself. Wait, what was this? Yeah, Jackson Elias. I think I don't know too much of him. I think he has some interesting offer or something. He was trying to look for multiple people.
Yeah, if you go under the handouts, Carlisle Papers 2/3, that has all the best use pertinent information about Elias.
It's for me. I was playing it like that. I barely know him. For me, this would be my first meeting with him.
Doctor.
Yeah, he would have, if not known everyone personally, he would have known you by reputation, and that's why he would have assembled these specific people.
Oh.
Maybe somewhere in his mind he thought that this group would be the best that he could use for...
Okay, so research. We don't... Okay, I was role-playing it so that I don't know him. He would call for us because our skills seems to be best, and he would offer us something in return, some payment or something, or
yeah, he would. There would have been something in it for you, for everyone involved.
Yeah, I was more fondly hoping that I was ready to start a partnership that I'm gonna start working with him or for him, sort of like that. Yeah. Okay, so you can continue.
All right. Yeah, Jonah fishes out a letter and hands it to you guys to read. It was the last letter that Jackson had sent before he returned to New York.
The
Carlisle
many
Papers.
Names, Many Forms one?
Yep. America 13.
Okay.
Yep. It's a little hard to read, but that's why there's a translation on the bottom.
The books are good.
The hell? Looks like he, something must have happened. Looks like he totally lost his mind.
It seems quite weird, indeed. I don't want to be rude or anything. Indeed, sounds rather that something really shocking was happening at this time, and he wasn't taking it very good.
Joseph points on the paper and says, "Look at here. I think this is the most strange thing that he apparently he dreams about Carlisle, about the Carlisle expedition."
We probably need more information about this expedition.
I'm starting to think what might have happened. If he got on some native, maybe drugs, plants, whatever. I mean, I've seen some natives that have these really strange plants drugs that can do these crazy things to you. I think it whacked him out of his mind, and he started hallucinating about Carlisle. Now he's ended up dead, probably. I don't know why.
But I ask you, were those natives like natural natives, or were they occultist natives? Because this one seems to me like they are really into some occult things.
It's all the same thing, honestly. I mean, this is over in the South Indies, though. I mean, it's a little long ways away, but it's all just the same thing. It's fear and hallucinogens, mate. It does awful things to people. Awful things.
It's interesting. As far as I recalled, the newspaper said that all people of the Carlisle mission are dead. Apparently, the sister went there. The sister of what's his face, the lead playboy, went there to identify him. Maybe she knows more about this than she lets on. And
maybe that will be the case.
The books are in Carlisle's safe, so.
Also, do any of you know about the expedition? I certainly do not know nothing. Maybe if someone would retell the story about the expedition.
Only what the paper said.
Wait, was it in the 2-3?
It's in one of the first papers. Basically, the expedition went up the Nile, the source of the Nile, and they ended up never coming back. And they hanged some tribesmen who were convicted of killing the expedition.
Like a bunch of bodies were found. I don't know. Do we know all of the paper? Do we have access to all of them?
Yep.
Yeah, so, but they found bodies that were so, destroyed that they hardly could be identified. And his sister, the Carlisle's sister, went there to look for him, but Alice is dead. And
weird that this situation.
well, she would be his first lead, at least. She is the closest person involved with the investigation.
It seems like it's most logical to conclude should visit her and try to get some answers. Gently, obviously.
My good man, that is exactly what I'm here for. A fellow socialite.
Okay, so now we can split up. Do our research.
Who wanted to go again to the death row inmate?
Oh wait,
That
so
was Jack, I think.
okay, Alcata, what is the spread up options?
I suggested earlier in the cafe that we should split up to the death row, to the town archives, maybe the library as well.
I was wondering that I would go to the library.
Okay. The doctor goes to the library.
I would like to go to the Erica Carlisle. The sister. I should assume she lives in Manhattan then, right? Or at least because he did, right?
You would guess so, but you really don't know.
Yeah, exactly. But he lived in Roger. I forget which name.
Yes, you would assume that he lives somewhere.
Yeah.
All the papers made it seem like he lived in
Manhattan, at least. Yeah. All right. I'd like to. Yeah, maybe we should see what she found in Nairobi. Yeah.
Gentlemen, I would. It seems it would be a great opportunity to visit also a library. I would like to go visit it and try to look up some information about the cult, if there is any, or any other information about what you need to know.
You were going there anyway, weren't you?
Yes, just
Okay.
Yep, I'll go along to the New York Library as well.
Okay.
I was just mentioning it in character now.
There was someone who said earlier he wanted to come with me to the death row inmate.
Yeah, that was me.
Alright. Then we will be going. And you guys check out the library and the archives.
Alright. For the people who want to meet Erica Carlisle, make an idea roll or an intelligence roll.
Was that the one in death row?
No.
It's intelligence, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright. You would know that the name Carlisle is very familiar, and you would almost guess you've seen the name before. If you look at probably half of your belongings, the name Carlisle is stamped on it.
Era fascinante.
They managed to do quite well for themselves.
Oh yes. Even the late Carlisle was quite the playboy, supposedly, if the newspapers are to be believed.
So, what you could do, I guess, if you to figure this one out, is that you could call the manufacturers to find out how to reach Erica Carlisle.
That's
Okay, we'll try that.
yes. So, should we go our scene first then, or?
Yep, you're seeing first, or at least this part of it.
Yep.
You are able to call one of the manufacturers, and they inform you that if you want to speak to Erica Carlisle, you have to get a hold of her lawyer, Bradley Gray.
Her lawyer?
Bradley Gray.
Yes.
Why would...
Okay. Is there like a phone directory or something where I can get the his number?
Go through her lawyer. That's weird.
She's a social.
Yep. You can find the phone number for a law firm of Dunstan, Whittleby, and Gray.
All right. The question is, should we just call them up and try to get them to arrange a meeting, or should we book a meeting with them and try to persuade them in person? That would be the easiest.
Go on.
I'm just thinking. I think I'll try to book a meeting with Mr. Bradley Gray.
Threats are more aggressive in person.
Yeah, so they can, be exposed to all my charm in person.
Sure.
I can make an entree. Well, first of all, I try to give them a ring. Let's see.
Alright.
Yeah, to get an appointment.
Alright, a woman answers the phone.
Mhm.
Yes, may I help you?
Yes, my name is Jagantirna Varma. I am an
So good.
acquaintance of the of Jackson Elias. You might have read in the news earlier today that he's dead. Did you? Well, doesn't matter. Anyway, we were supposed to investigate a bit about the Carlisle expedition, and I was wondering if I could, get to speak with Mr. Bradley Gray, whom I've been told is the lawyer of Miss Erica Carlisle.
Oh yes. Mr. Gray represents Miss Carlisle.
Mm-hmm. Do you think it would be possible to get an appointment soon with him?
Well, let's see. Let's see. How does next week work for you?
Not at all. My good woman, I don't have time for this. Something earlier. Do you have anything? No?
Well, he's awfully busy. I mean...
Could you just patch me through to him?
Well, I really shouldn't. I mean... You can make a
Come on.
roll on her.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Smooth.
Oh, Prince Charming.
Oh, yes.
Oh, damn.
Hell yeah.
Everything.
Well,
Okay, that's wasted.
I guess, of course, you can... I guess you can speak to him. I mean, there's no harm in that. And the line goes silent for a second
sweetie.
before a man answers, "Hello? Hello, this is Gray. May I help you? Hello?
Yes. My name
Hello?
is Jagantirna Ramavarma. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Can
Sir?
you hear me?
Is there someone there? Hello?
Mr. Gray.
Yeah, this is Bradley Gray. Yes? Hello?
Yes. Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes. I think I can hear you now. I'm sorry. You see, I thought you gave me I couldn't tell what you were saying. I mean, I just heard these words, and I think it was a name. But I don't know.
I get that a lot. Yes, I quite understand. My name is Jagan Tirunal Ramavarma. I'm an acquaintance of Jackson Elias, and
Who?
I was wondering, would it be possible to speak with Miss Erica Carlisle?
Why would you want to do that?
Mr. Elias thought he had some information. He was trying to uncover information about the Carlisle expedition, and he seemed to think that she might have had some kind of additional information to divulge. Yes, we would dearly like to speak with her.
Well, I mean, what sort of information? I mean, I could pass along anything you wish to her.
It's private.
Yes, it's a matter of some privacy. I wouldn't want to have people, go-betweens. I would very much like to speak with her in person.
Well, Miss Carlisle does trust me with everything. I mean, there's.
I'm sure. My good man, this is the utmost privacy. She would very much to speak with me. I can assure you this.
Well, she's an awfully busy woman. I mean,
yes, and I'm an awfully busy man. I wouldn't make a phone call if it wasn't important.
Well,
Mr. Gray, I'm sure I wouldn't be harassing you this much if it weren't. I'm sure you can understand.
Okay. I suppose I could set up some sort of meeting. Hold on, let me see. I'm looking at my little book here. I can set up a meeting with her for next Tuesday. I mean, that's the next time I'm supposed to meet with her.
Also, character, what day of the week is it now?
It is currently Tuesday, so it would be a week out.
So it's a week out.
It's still a week.
Yeah, it's pretty long, isn't it? Do you think there's any chance of either just, you trying to arrange a meeting earlier than that, or maybe just if you could pass along her phone number to me, I could talk with her myself?
Well, I really can't give you her phone number. But
charming.
Why ever not?
Charm him!
I'm trying.
Yes!
Try telling him who you are.
Yes. So, yes, I realise now my mistake. You probably don't know who I am. I'm Jagantirunal Ramavarma, the third son of the Maharaja of the Kingdom of Travancore. I'm a prince. You translate it as my title is Pillai.
You're a wealthy Nigerian prince. You just need a little bit of money and you'll give it back.
Exactly. In this case, I
Just your bank info and social security number, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Money.
well, I suppose
My good man, as I know exactly what kind of person I would be dealing with. I know, she's my kind of people.
That's incredibly racist.
Oh, that's
No,
so
I
good.
meant more in
Still
Classist.
racist.
It's not racist. It's classist, maybe, but
Yeah, that's classist.
but since I'm, of the utmost, the best, I'm the best of the best in India.
Wow, how arrogant. And also
Oh, of
racist.
course, not racist. Arrogant, very arrogant.
Just making jokes, I know. I'm not there though, I'm at the library doing some stuff alone, probably.
Yeah.
okay. Well,
I'm just waiting for my opportunity.
I'm really not at liberty to give you her phone number, but I suppose I can set up a meeting a little bit sooner if that will work for you.
That would be delightful. My good man.
How is tomorrow at 1?
Oh, that would be fantastic. Simply marvelous.
Okay. I will reach out to her and I will set up the meeting.
Okay, so where should we meet? Your office? Or
No, what we'll do is I'll actually set up a meeting with her at the Carlisle estate. Do you know where it is?
I do not know.
Well, it's in Westchester.
Oh.
It's a...
Sorry, I'm not from the Americas. So is that far from here?
Well, where are you right now? I mean, are you in the city?
Manhattan. I am in Manhattan, yeah.
Okay, it's not far.
That could mean a lot of things.
Yeah.
That's very unhelpful.
Alright. Yeah, he tells you. He does tell you how to get there. It's basically going northbound.
Yeah. I out of character know, but I'm not sure Jagan would.
If you just get on the best paved road north, you will find you can't miss it. It's a very large house, very big fence.
Okay. Yes. Would a carriage driver know the place?
I would assume so.
Oh, fantastic! I'll speak with my hotel and make arrangements tonight. So I'll see you there at 1 o'clock tomorrow.
1 o'clock tomorrow, yes.
Fantastic! You've been really helpful.
Okay.
Walls.
Alright, and we're gonna cut to the people doing research at the library and the Hall of Records.
Okay. Before that, Wolves fought. Could you set it up and push the door? We can hear you breathe.
No, sorry.
No problem.
Okay.
Alright, and so you guys go into the Hall of Records or library, whichever one you choose to go to first. They're both in downtown Manhattan.
Yeah, I think we were going to library first, so yeah. Or at least I was.
I think we were going to have two going to each.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, sure.
So,
Who is going with
Harold was going to the library.
I'll tag along to the library with him.
Really? You don't seem the bookish type at all.
More outdoors, but I'd like to be inside someplace with heat.
Yeah, right, you're the cold.
Alright, when you get to the library, make a library use check.
That's literally a skill shot. Skill check? Wow. Okay,
You grab into the shelf and grab the book you need.
Yep. You are able to find just about any kind of information.
Wait,
you're
what?
looking for.
I thought I was going there, not Harold. Okay, never mind. I guess I'm not there. Doesn't matter.
Alright, so
You both went, I thought.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay, so how? I
thought
don't
it was just
understand. I thought it. I thought I made myself clear that I wanted to go to library.
Yeah, you can. Whoever wants to go to the library, go to the library.
I wanted to go. So there are 3 people at the library.
I've already rolled, so
Seems like it. Okay,
sorry
sure.
about that.
So. Oh. Okay. It seems like I'm. You know, my oldness seems to come in my way. I get rather tired. I mean, no, wait, but tired. I drink literally 10 coffees this morning. I cannot be tired. That cannot be it. I just can't find what I'm looking for, basically. Keep looking at books. It's never the one I'm looking for.
Alright, yeah, you're look around the library, you wander around for a while. But you're not entirely sure where to find the information you're looking for.
Yes. This American systems of is quite depressing. It's quite a mess.
What book? What kind of information were you looking for?
occultists. Occultists. I was looking if I identified the marking that I saw
Okay.
on the forehead.
You
Alice.
After a few hours of looking, the three of you find all the occult books you can in the New York Public Library and are able to glean the following information. The symbol is that of the bloody the bloody tongue. The cult is thought to have gone extinct back in Kenya over 100 years ago.
Well, that about sums up my suspicions.
Damn it.
Superstitious afros.
This is gonna be problematic if we are gonna have to deal with them.
Now, what's that bloody cult in Ethiopia got to do with one over here, I wonder?
Oh wait, did we manage to find it? Speak up.
Was that Ethiopia or somewhere else?
It was Kenya.
Kenya.
Okay, so we only find out that the cultist is in Kenefadia, whatever the place is, and the cultists, the group of cultists they are at least 100 years old.